This is the Best or Worst podcast. And now, here are your hosts, Koji Estevan Sakai and M. Martin Mapoma.
Welcome. This is episode number 44, and I'm Koji.
And I am Martin.
And our society is so focused on celebrity, we sometimes forget that regular people lead interesting lives too. Best or worst moment of your life? Hosts Koji Estevan Sakai and M. Martin Mapoma are here to let your story out. We put people on the spot. What are you going to hear? It could be funny. It could be poignant. It could be sad. You'll know when we know. Best or worst is now a twice weekly podcast. On Tuesdays, we get to know our guests. And on Thursdays, we find out their best or worst moments. And today, we have a very special guest, our second jiu-jitsu instructor from ZR, which is Estevan. Hi, Estevan. How are you?
Estevan.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, the man, the myth, the legend.
AKA the giant killer, as you're known online.
That is the truth, man.
Good to be here. Yeah, it's a good nickname.
Where did you get that nickname? I mean, when was the first time they used it with you?
He kills giants, man.
Oh, I understand.
I had a viral video that had like a bunch. It got shared in Brazil and went all over the internet. And they started calling me the Giant Slayer, Giant Killer, and kind of like they kept calling me that since. And I keep fighting bigger opponents too. So.
And how tall are you?
I'm under 5 foot, so I say a little over 4'10".
Wow.
4'11".
Oh. How much do you weigh?
125.
Oh, okay.
Jesus. And what's the biggest guy you fought? How tall?
It's probably like, I'd say the tallest, maybe like 6'8".
Wow.
Like a basketball player size. And like the biggest, probably like 400.
Yeah. That's correct.
Like a pretty big dude in Texas one time.
Wow,
yeah.
Wow.
I don't know.
I mean, come on. How do they make you fight a 6'8" guy?
I try to get that match. I don't think anyone wants that match, but I, for some reason, want those matches because I don't know. It's like dramatic difference in size. So
yeah, you know what though? Yeah, you know what? I got to tell you, with that nickname that you have now, I'm sure those guys, if they get ready to fight you and they walk onto the mat and they see you, they're like, "Oh, that's that motherfucker right there." They know they're in for a battle, right?
Yeah. I had a few guys I had a few bigger opponents not want to fight, not want to match up with me and drop out of matches.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because of the nickname. I'm sure of it. I don't know.
Well, they don't want to be viral. They don't want their video to go viral.
I have a couple videos. Yeah. So they don't want to be highlight. Yeah, because it's like a big deal if a little guy like defeats a guy twice his size. So it's like I want to do that.
You're like more than twice their size, man. That's crazy. No, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you roll, man, and it's such a sight to behold, dude. You're such a good jiu-jitsu guy, and you're so humble about it, man. I mean, you know, Koji said at the top of the show, you know, you being a giant killer, even in class, you know, with some of the other black belts, like when Pete's gonna roll with you, it's just like, oh, here it goes.
So how long have you been doing jiu-jitsu?
About 10 years since I was like 17, 18. Now I'm 27, so.
And you did wrestling before that, though, right?
For 4 years. So since I was 14, I was wrestling and training. Yeah, wrestling training in high school, like on the team. I did a bunch of tournaments, so that kind of gave me like the foundation to compete. Like all the wrestling tournaments, I did like one for the season. I'd do like 10 to like 15 tournaments a season. So like I was getting like 30, 40 tournaments under my belt before I even did jiu-jitsu. Maybe even more, you know.
Yeah. So how did you do those?
I wasn't very good. I'd medal. I'd get some medals sometimes, but I was never like. It took me forever to get a gold medal. That was like a goal I had for a long time. That took me like 2 years. It took me a long time to get a gold medal. But I finally got my gold medal, and I got a few more, and I got to the varsity, and I was doing really good in wrestling. And yeah, so it's kind of I wanted to keep doing that, like growing and getting better. And I thought it was over after wrestling, and then I found jiu-jitsu, and I knew I was like, because my choices were school, my choice school or like work or wrestling, right? And I didn't want to like wrestling was over, so it was work or school, and and then jiu-jitsu, and I was able to like train for work. Like I was able to work and train, and like not I was able to train for work too, like work for jiu-jitsu. Like I would help teach and help the gym, clean the gym. So I was able to like kind of like make a little living off of jiu-jitsu like right away.
That's great. So
then I knew that's what I wanted to do. Yeah. So then instead of school, I did the gym and martial arts. Is I don't know. This is my school is like martial arts.
How did you discover jiu-jitsu?
My friend from wrestling was a jiu-jitsu guy, and I never thought it was like I never thought it was like legit, really. Then he brought me to practice because I knew there was like a martial art out there that was like real jiu-jitsu or like real like legit, but he's like this guy is good. He's a jiu-jitsu guy, and I was like wrestling is like the best. That's what I felt like I was a wrestling guy. So I was like wrestling will beat all the martial arts, and then he's like this jiu-jitsu is from California, came to teach over here, and to go meet him, and he was like a big guy, but he was moving a lot and using like movements that were really smooth, and like he had style, and I liked that about him, that he had like it was like you said, Mark said, it was like cool to watch, so he had that about him. It was like really, really interesting to watch him, and he would beat up guys with like techniques, and then even me, I would try to come at him, and he would just beat me up without hurting me. He's like a big dude. He would just move my limbs around for me, choke me, or armbar me, and and it was like I couldn't do anything about it. So I was like, I want to be able to like defend myself against someone that knows this,
Yeah. And where are you from originally? New York, or New Mexico, right?
New Mexico, yeah, that's where I'm from. Yeah, my first coach was he was like a heavier guy, so he's like a bigger guy, but he was able to show me like moves that like I could use for like fat like little guys stuff. But so it was like I was able to see jiu-jitsu through him, and he was a bigger guy than me. So and now I'm able to like teach jiu-jitsu like whatever size, bigger, smaller. Like I could teach anyone jiu-jitsu now. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, your lights.
Right.
You lost your lights.
It's not.
There you go.
It's not. I'm at the gym.
Oh, you're at the gym right now. Oh, okay. Great.
Yeah. They're actually doing a class. I was gonna be in the mat room, but they're doing a class, so I came in here for like in the changing room for privacy.
Oh wow! Oh, you're in the bathroom.
No, I'm in I'm in the locker room.
Oh, the locker room. Okay, great.
Yeah, so like, we're quiet.
Martin, you're on mute, Martin. By the way, we can't hear you.
Yeah, I just realized that. You're a reflex, right?
No, I'm at the other.
Oh, okay.
I was at one of the gyms. So spend like since I started jiu-jitsu, I try to spend every day I could at the gym if I can. At least a little bit of gym time. Yeah, just like hanging out and teach class later.
Yeah. That's cool.
And what made you think of like doing? Oh,
you already go.
Sorry.
What made you think of doing jiu-jitsu professionally? I mean, other than not wanting to go to school or work or.
I just like had a vision. I had a vision about it. I seen it, and I was like, and I saw like my potential. I was like, man, like black belts fighting is so cool. It's like two masters of martial arts fighting to see who's the best martial artist. And I always like wanted to do that. So I was like, man, there's two black belts. One of them comes out, and sometimes one of them doesn't. Like I want to be able to do that. Yeah, it's like samurai. It's like the samurai. Like.
Yeah, it's really like, cool.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a fist fight that a smaller guy could have an even shot at, because the bigger guy can't like punch, which is like their best. Their advantage really, is like they have like a size advantage. Like if you can't hit them, like it's just like then there's not much more than like that makes it offset, right? It's like you're pretty even as long as like you can't hit each other, no matter what size you are.
Yeah.
Like if you're taken into any other martial art, I couldn't fight a 400-pound kickboxer. I wouldn't even try.
Could you even fight a 400-pound jiu-jitsu guy?
I was gonna say. I bet Este would do it, man. He'd be like, bring it on.
I did it.
You did it?
The guy was at least 350. Yeah, I did it. I fought him, and he was like a brown or black belt, and so he threw me, and then I came charging back at him, and when I hit him, it was like I ran into a wall. I remember that. Like I just charged him and tackled him, and he didn't move an inch. So I tackled him full force, kind of like charged, and I dived and I ran right into him. It felt like I ran into a brick wall, and then I fell on the floor after even.
That's really.
Like, yeah.
Was he gentle with you?
Like tackled him and he didn't even move. I just bounced off him, and then he actually fell on top of me, and then he was able to win the match with a submission. So he was really big. That we were fighting for a while.
Yeah, I remember one of the
I ran into him and I fell onto the floor because I hit the wall. He just dropped on me.
Oh, poor Este. That's got to be horrible, man. That's got to be horrible.
Yeah, I think we might have lost you a little bit there. Okay, there you are. Yeah, so I remember one of the guys that used to come to the Pasadena ZR was this really huge guy, and he was like, I think he was probably 300 plus. And I remember
and you fought him.
I fought him for some reason. I had to spar against him all the time, and it just really,
I remember.
Yeah, it just bothered me because he was just so big, and I get pressure choked because not even a real choke, because it's like not choked. I mean, I'd pressure tap because he was just too big,
I remember those days.
Yeah,
so
those are rough days.
Este knows that because Koji and I were supposed to start together, and I was saying, "Man, I get hurt immediately," and you're like, "No, it's fine." And I'd watch you with that guy, and you come out like, "Oh," and I'm like, "You want me to do that? There's no way."
Yeah,
it was crazy.
There you are. There you are.
Is he back?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. Just can't see you guys.
There you guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there you are. Sorry. Yeah, I was cutting out. Oh, my bad.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just telling him how I used to fight that there's a huge guy that came to Pasadena, and
Andrew.
Who?
Andrew, I remember that guy.
No, not the tall. No, but he was not. Andrew's tall, but he wasn't large. Andrew's
a big dude, man.
But I'm talking about super. There's a guy who was 300 plus.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And he was I was so upset because I'd tap because of pressure, not because he's actually doing anything. Because he's on top of me, it was so much weight that I couldn't do anything. And that I don't mind if I lose. If somebody's better than me, there's a better than me, But if you're just doing it because you're bigger than me, it kind of upsets me a little bit, because it's like
Koji hated the brute strength submissions. There's no technique to this guy. He's just laying on me.
That makes me mad. Yeah.
I remember that, man. And you were like, "Come on!" I'm like, "You want me to do that? No way."
All right. Well,
it's like you gotta learn to face. Me too. I've gotten submitted with just brute force. I'm just he's gonna crush me or something.
Yeah.
So I'm just okay, I'll live. I'm gonna live. I want to live to fight again. I want to rematch. Because it's I don't want to get injured.
Yeah.
So I just be I'll tap out, dude.
All right. Well, I think we're at the end of this episode. We're gonna come back and do a second episode, but
yes, we are.
We're asking people to send us a voicemail and call us at the number 626-427-7436. And I'll put that in our show notes. Leave a message. Tell us what your best or worst moment, and we'll feature you in our show. So again, 626-427-7436. Leave a short message. We don't want to hear a 20-minute message, but leave a short message and let us know your best or worst, and we'll put you on the air. And if we love your story, we'll ask you to come on personally. So thank you, Martin. Thank you, Estevan.
Thank you, Koji.
Stay on board though, Estevan. We're gonna have you again shortly in another 2 days. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
We'll see you later.
Thank you, guys.